It's time for another edition of Out and About with Jamie Grout. Thanks so much for joining me. Today's topic is about organ donation, and we'll be talking with Regan Maher, who is with the Iowa Donor Network and Team Iowa, encouraging people to donate organs, either have them checked off on their driver's license if, God forbid, they should pass, or maybe being a living donor, too. He is the recipient of organ donation, and he tells us about how he fought off COVID 5 times to get his kidney transplant. Quite a fascinating story. We want to first give a plug to our sponsors. Thanks so much for supporting Out and About with Jamie Grout. We appreciate it. First up, we want to thank Newton Clinic. And you should go over to their Facebook page where you can learn about cholesterol, its risks, and how to manage and prevent high levels. Discover heart-healthy tips and strategies to maintain optimal cholesterol with Newton Clinic. And you'll see on that Facebook page Dr. Chan, and he has a guide to a healthier season with understanding cholesterol. Also, Newton Clinic has immediate care, no wait, same-day walk-in, and urgent care available now. At Newton Clinic, they understand that health concerns don't always follow a schedule. That's why they offer same-day walk-in and urgent care appointments to provide you with timely and efficient care when you need it most. Now, their walk-in times and days are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 8:45 a.m., and 4:45 p.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to noon. Also, Clement Mackey Insurance on First Avenue, Newton. They are your independent insurance agent, which means that they are associated with several insurance companies to find the lowest insurance rates just for you. Clement Mackey Insurance, where your insurance policy comes with an agent. Give them a call at 792-5040, 792-5040. Also, our sponsors include Newton Des Moines East KOA, and we'll be hearing about their RV storage services after our conversation today about organ transplants and organ donation. My conversation today on Out and About with Jamie Grout is with Regan Maher, and we're going to talk about organ donation today. How did you get involved in this in the first place, Regan?
Well, Jamie, I had a kidney transplant in 2021. I was first diagnosed in 2016 with chronic kidney disease. And I was placed on the transplant list on October 14th of 2021. And I was not on dialysis or anything like that. It was before then, and I got down to 11% kidney function with my kidneys, and was just really starting to get sick back in 2020.
Were you on dialysis at that time?
No, I never was on dialysis.
Okay.
So I got on the transplant list, and I got the call 3 weeks later on November 11th, or a little over 3 weeks later, November 11th, 2021.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. And went into the hospital, excited, scared, all those things. And when I was in the hospital, they're getting me ready for the transplant. I got the call at 4:00 in the morning, and then went in. I was all excited and in a hurry, and then I didn't get the transplant until 11:00 at night.
Oh gosh,
that night. But they had first hooked me up and everything, and did all the testing, and then they came back in and said I had COVID, and they couldn't do it.
Wow.
But then they got to looking at it. It was just shocking. I'm like, no, not again.
So did you have to wait a week or two before you had the transplant, or what did they do in that regard?
No, they actually looked at the computer wrong.
Oh, they did?
I had it on the same day a year before. It's the first time I ever had COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which was really strange because it just popped up on their screen with the date a year earlier.
Sure. So did you go ahead and have the transplant then?
Yeah, we ended up having the transplant. It was, like I said, I had to wait till 11:00 at night, not eat or drink anything. It was a long day, but I was really felt love and prayers from everybody, because just sitting in that room and waiting, it was I don't know, I just felt it around me.
Good.
It was great.
Good. Getting a lot of support.
Yeah. And then I had the transplant. I went through recovery. It's, the first year's the most difficult. You have rejection. I did have an acute rejection at one point that got fixed. I did develop, like 7 months later, I developed cytomegalovirus.
And what is that?
It is a virus that actually the kidney had that was put into my body, and they kill it with antibiotics and stuff like that. But it's kind of like mono. It lays dormant in your body, and it can pop up at any time. And I took antibiotics forever, and then I got it and had to be on a chemo antiviral thing for 30 days straight. I had it 3 times in the last 2 years.
Oh, is that right?
And that's what really took me down.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And made things hard. Plus, I had COVID 4 times.
Holy Toledo.
In that 2-year time period.
I've heard of people having COVID a couple of times, maybe even 3 times, but never 4 times. So yeah. I guess you got the lucky.
Well, 5 times if you count the one before.
Oh my gosh, Regan! My good heavens! So what are you doing in that regard now? Because I know you have something going on with the kidney donation.
Yeah, I was. After that time period, actually, I just around the end of March this year, something happened. I just started feeling better.
Good.
I was able to start exercising more and getting out, and I just been cut off from society, just staying away from people and germs and all that stuff. And I went down to the Des Moines Art Festival and stopped by the Iowa Donor Network tent and met Ann Casey, and she is the one that kind of got me involved.
I've met Ann Casey.
Have you really?
She spoke at our Rotary Club. Yes.
Oh, great.
Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt, but yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, and she told me about, or she asked me. I asked about volunteering, and she gave me some options. And the first one I did was the Adele Sweet Corn Fest, and it was just amazing, just meeting other people that have been through the same thing. Other volunteers that were there, and then also just people walking up to the tent like I did.
And you could say the Iowa Sweet Corn Fest was a maze-ing. Anyway, bad joke. Go ahead and continue. Tell me more, Regan.
Yeah, well, we went to that, and then she invited me, wanted me to join Team Iowa, and I needed to go through an interview and all that stuff with her, an application.
Okay, so what is Team Iowa?
Team Iowa is a group of donors, donors, recipients, family members that compete every 2 years at the Transplant Games of America.
Oh,
and
I did know there was such a thing.
Yeah, they have had that, I believe, since
long time,
like 1990.
Oh, okay, all right.
But Team Iowa basically is a big group. We got about. I think there's about 100 people. Several are family members that are just supporters that volunteer and help out and do things.
Okay.
But the main thing is they go around and educate people and raise money. I went to the Transplant Open that she asked me to go to meet the team. A lot of the team members that were there. That day changed my life.
How so?
It was just amazing, just meeting the people and just hearing what everybody's been through and different things, and that we have things in common. There's a woman, Amber Herring, that she is a social worker. She's a foster mother of 4 children, and her daughter is the one that kind of really changed me. I had mentioned that to her. I don't know if her daughter is Daly. And she had a liver transplant when she was 4 years old.
Wow.
And she is 12 years old now.
Good.
And she was driving the golf cart, driving me around on the golf cart and texting, and we were talking.
At the age of 12.
Yeah.
And how's she doing, Regan?
She is doing really good. She competed in the games.
Okay.
The games were in July this year.
Okay.
And she competed in that. She's just such a inspiring little girl, just talking to her. And the thing is, she really reminds me of my daughter Peyton too.
Okay,
and that's what really hit hard.
I'm assuming very positive and hopeful and inspirational, as you say.
Yeah.
Great. Okay,
and
so go ahead.
Oh, and everything that her mother does is just amazing. How she handles all of the things that come into her life, and she is a living donor also.
Oh, okay.
And I have. There are several living donors, and that's a part of it that a lot of people want to promote that have done that, because it's the most selfless thing you can do.
I have a friend actually who I worked with in Waterloo many years ago. He's now with Iowa Public Radio, and his wife just donated a kidney, not to anybody in particular,
Yeah,
just did it.
great.
And, you know, I have not done that, so I feel bad for not doing that. However, I do want to encourage people, if they're healthy and young enough and their doctor says it's okay, to go ahead and do that kind of thing. Because there's a waiting list still, isn't there, Regan?
Yeah, there's, I think right now there's over 630, over 630 people on the transplant list waiting in Iowa alone.
That's probably just for kidneys, isn't it?
No, that's,
or is that everything?
That's through Iowa Donor Network.
I see. Okay.
They do the procurement of all the organs and for the state of Iowa.
Oh,
so they work with all the hospitals and donor families and everything like that.
Okay. Do you know who your kidney came from?
I do.
Okay. Is it confidential?
I don't want to mention her name.
Okay.
I know her name.
Okay.
Me and her mother have exchanged letters.
Wow.
We haven't had a chance to meet yet. And I am in the process of writing her another letter now to tell her what I'm doing and what's going on. And I want to say her name so I can honor her, because that's part of what we do with Team Iowa, is to honor our donors.
So did she know who the kidney was going to, or how does that work? Because some people do it anonymously.
She was not a living donor.
Oh, she was not.
No,
okay.
No,
okay. I see what you're saying.
No.
Well, people need, and that brings up another thing. On my driver's license, I have it checked off to be an organ donor. People need to do that, don't they? If they want to donate after they pass.
Yeah, it's so important, and I've really learned how important it is now, because just check the box, or even if you're listening to this, go to Iowa Donor Network, click on there. You can register to be an organ donor. You don't want to take your organs with you when you die.
No.
When you can save lives with them. And
that's right.
You could be a hero today by being a donor.
Sure. You bet.
It's just an amazing process.
Tell me about Team Iowa some more, and the competitions and things like that happen with the donors.
Yeah, they have a wide range of activities for the games. It's track and field, but they have a lot of other stuff as well. They have they compete like 5Ks, bicycle riding, basketball, volleyball, swimming, just all kinds of different things. And even you don't have to be a superior athlete or anything like that to be on the team. It's all about just the community of being with everybody in America that supports this. And it's just a great thing. And one of our team members, I just wanted to read a quote from him, because I really like this. His name is Kevin Slifka. He's a living donor also. He donated a kidney to his nephew.
Okay.
And he said that Team Iowa gives you the opportunity to associate yourself with others that have walked in similar paths. They get what it means to be alive. That's a pretty powerful statement, I thought.
Sure, you bet. And I can see how you would easily bond with some of these people, because they've been through a lot of the same things that you've been through.
Yeah, and it's weird, because people don't know, when what you've gone through, or I don't know, you can't even really explain it to people.
If you are a living donor and you want to donate something, what's the process that somebody who wants to donate, what would they go through? I know that if you're being specific, I know someone who donated a kidney specifically for his dad because he was a match, but not everybody's a match, right?
Right. You can be a living donor and donate a kidney, or a kidney,
or some kind of organ,
or some kind of organ. And they, my best description of that would be Amber, who I was talking about earlier. Her daughter Daly had a liver transplant when she was 4 years old. Amber felt compelled to be a living donor, and she donated a kidney, just not to a certain person.
Oh, that's great. That's very selfless.
Yeah,
that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So, if they are a living donor, or if they're a family member of somebody who's passed, and or maybe like in hospice care or something like that, and they're going to pass, and they want to have them donate a body part, like an organ or something like that.
Mhm.
Is it easy enough for them to do that just by going to the website?
Yeah, they can do that at any time. Actually, their estate can donate the organs too. If they are not an organ donor, if the family decides that's what that person would want, that they didn't get signed up to be an organ donor,
Right.
they can do that as well.
Right. Fantastic. So, what's the website again, Regan?
IowaDonorNetwork.com.
IowaDonorNetwork.com.
And you can click on there to donate to Iowa Donor Network. You can click on there to support Team Iowa. To be on Team Iowa, you do have to raise $750 to be on the team, which pays for your expenses for the trip and things like that. But I decided, my way of giving back, I want to help grow the team. I want to raise enough money. $7,500 is what my goal is.
I see.
To raise and send 10 people.
Oh, that'd be great.
So
if people want to help you out with that, how can they do that, Regan?
They can go to, I just have a page set up on Facebook. It's Regan Maher Team Iowa Fundraiser is what it would be under, if you look that up. And you can click on there, or you can just click on Team Iowa at Iowa Donor Network and donate.
If people want to contribute to what the funds you're trying to raise, just go to your Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spell your name out for me so people can't miss it.
Sure. Thank you. It's Regan, Reagan. Last name's Maher, Maher, at Regan Maher Team Iowa Fundraiser. If you look that up on Facebook.
Yeah, you were doing your email address there for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I get confused. Too much stuff, right? Social media. I get that entirely. Yeah. Well, I know you want to encourage anybody listening to be an organ donor if they're a living organ donor, or if, God forbid, they should pass, that their organs could be donated.
Yeah. And, Jamie, I never knew this, that, with kidney disease, I have diabetes. I wasn't an organ donor before. I'm an organ donor now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh,
because I thought, in my mind, why would anything in my body be good at this point?
Sure.
But after learning more of Iowa Donor Network, they do organ donation, tissue donation. So you can donate, skin can be donated for burn victims, bones, bone marrow, ligaments. There are just all kinds of things, eyes, for corneal transplants and things like that.
You bet. Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you want to do that? If you pass away, you want to help somebody else live with the organs that you have in your body. So
yeah, definitely.
And go get that taken care of. And, if you're getting your driver's license renewed, make sure you check that box off on organ donation.
Yep.
Anything else you want to add, Regan?
I just want to ask everybody to be a donor. And, it's how this has changed my life. It's kind of set me on a different course. I've been in sales my whole life, and I want to give back. I want to do this, and I want to help people now. So I'm trying to be a hero for my hero that saved my life, and live a good life.
All right. Just tell us about your family, because the name Maher in Jasper County is a pretty big name. I went to school, as I mentioned, with your sister Stacy.
Yeah.
And I remember her being in girls basketball. And tell us about your family and your kids and your wife and that whole thing.
Sure. My family, I'm the youngest of 10.
I thought you were the baby of the family.
Yeah.
10 kids.
10 kids were born. My oldest brother, Shannon, received a kidney in 2017.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So you kind of had the same problems there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Bookend kidneys.
I see. The oldest and the youngest.
Yeah.
All right. And I know you had another sister, sadly, that had passed away, Stephanie.
Yeah.
And I knew her. And how about the other siblings that you have?
Oh, do I rattle them all off?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. We have
I got
time.
Shannon, Shelley. Shelley was very helpful with me. She was my care person that went through the transplant with me and all that. My brother Kevin, Michael, Stephanie, Stacy, Brendan, and Melanie. And I had a sister, Anne, that passed away at birth.
Oh, okay.
So that's the 10 of us.
Well, 10. Yeah, I mentioned, and I had breakfast with somebody the other day saying there were 3 big farm families in Jasper County, especially Colfax, Mingo area. The Gannons, the Herbolds, and the Mahers. And you guys were mostly dairy farmers, weren't you?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah, sure. How about your kids?
My kids, Morgan is, he is right now, he graduated from Iowa State. He's becoming a chiropractic doctor and has about less than a year left now.
Okay.
So he's getting really excited, and I'm excited for him.
Right.
And my daughter Peyton graduated from South Dakota, played softball there, and she's back in Newton right now, working on her master's, and she's been working at the Y a little bit and helping with camps and
here in Newton.
Yeah.
All
and
right,
she also
great.
coaches a traveling softball team out of Des Moines.
Well, that's great. That's great. And now I'm going to assume something here, and I guess you should never assume anything. But since you grew up, a farm family and that kind of thing, you were in 4-H and FFA, weren't you?
No, of course.
Okay, now this is going to transition from organ donation to talking about 4-H and FFA. I always like to talk to people about this because the perception is that it's only farm kids could be involved in that, but it's not just for farm kids. It's for anybody, isn't it, Regan?
Yeah, I think so. It's been so long since I was in 4-H.
Sure.
And yeah, there is just so many different activities for 4-H out there. If you walk through the Jasper County Fairgrounds.
You bet.
Yeah, definitely. And, I spent all my time in the dairy barn and showing calves.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody just the other day. Well, I did a conversation with Chris from the Newton News. In fact, I recorded a podcast with him earlier this morning, and we talked about things that we really enjoyed doing, like the good news kind of stuff. And one of them was going to the Jasper County Fair. It's always really nice seeing the kids, and they're getting their ribbons and whatnot, and of course the advisors and things like that. So I'm sure you went through that along with your siblings.
Oh yeah,
Right.
We all did. It was so much fun, and growing up on a dairy farm. We moved to Newton when I was 3.
Okay, all right.
But spent a lot of time out there growing up and working and playing and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as we wrap up, again, how can people contribute to your fundraiser? How can people be a living donor or a donor when they pass away for organ donation?
Yeah, it's Regan Maher Team Iowa at Facebook. You can go there and make a donation. We would greatly appreciate it. I raised the bar really high for this. Yeah. And I'm determined I'm going to get there. But I may have to go door knocking. Who knows?
Sure. Well, if people want to send you a check, what's your address?
Yeah. My address is 1100 5th Street, number 6 in West Des Moines, 50265.
Sounds good. Thanks for chatting with us today.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We're with Dana, and Dana, I understand here at, I'm always having trouble with the title, Newton Des Moines East KOA. You have a storage thing going on here for the winter months for your RV.
Absolutely, Jamie. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Our Newton Des Moines East KOA is open we're open year round, but only half of the camp is winterized. The rest of the camp, we have to shut the water down, so we can't rent those spaces out through the winter months. And it occurred to us that we have all these spaces available, and we have security cameras, and we're well lit, and we have on-site management 24/7. So we are inviting the community and anyone in Jasper County or beyond that has an RV, a boat, or a large piece of equipment that they're currently parking in their garage or their driveway. They could bring it out to Newton Des Moines East KOA and park it there for the winter. This offer is available from October 1st until May 1st. And we're only charging $75 a month. And if you pay in advance at least 3 months, you get it for $70 a month.
Oh.
And we can pretty much store anything. We have a total of about 60 spots available. Some of those are already rented, but we invite you to come on out and take a look at the sites that we have available, and you'll see how safe it is. Because, no one drives down through that part of the park during the winter. So your unit would definitely be safe there. It is outside storage. It is not undercover. I want to make that clear. But it will get your equipment out of your driveway, allow you to get in and out of your garage easier this winter. And also, some ordinances in some cities don't allow you to park your RV in your driveway. So bring it on over to Newton, Des Moines, East KOA, October 1st and beyond, and store your camper, your boat, or any other large piece of equipment that you need to store.
Okay. How can people contact you?
They can contact us by calling 641-792-2428.
What's that number again?
641-792-2428.
Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Nope.
Okay. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you so much, Jamie.
Out and About with Jamie Grout, also sponsored by Ryan's Tire and Auto on First Avenue in Newton. Stop on by Ryan's. Very easy to get to right off First, and they have all kinds of great services for your car. If you're looking for an oil change or need some new tires, talk to Ryan's. They have great service, second to none. Give them a call at 641-841-2134. Also sponsored by Jersey Freeze in Monroe and Pizza Ranch in Newton. Until next time, Grout is out. See ya.